Alan, can you comment on that?
Well, I just want to point out that this $4 billion hole that McMadigan is pushing is added to our $1.8 billion hole from last year's budget. So the 2015 budget ends in, 2 weeks, on June 30th? And the Speaker of the House actually passed a budget last year that was $1.8 million unfunded, because here's what their scam was. Is they wanted to spend 1 year's worth of revenue in the 6 months up to Quinn's election. So they knew that if Quinn won the election, in January he would pass a tax increase. But because Quinn did not win, they just left Ronner with the empty bag. They already spent 12 months worth of money. And that's the reality, is that when we had home health care providers, we had people that didn't, had to get cut. It wasn't that Governor Ronner cut them. It is Chicago Democrats that passed the unbalanced budget last year. And that's something we have to remember. They play for keeps. And they like to win this game. So we are up against some mighty strong people that don't care about finances.
But remember who we're talking about here. John Cullerton, into the last election cycle, the Senate president, said that we do not have a pension crisis in Illinois. That's what he said. Karen Lewis, at a rally earlier this month, Karen Lewis, the president of Chicago Teachers Union, at a rally earlier this month in Chicago, said that people are not leaving Illinois. I don't know how we lost 3 congressional districts if over the last 2 remaps if people are not leaving Illinois. I don't know how Chicago has the lowest population it's had since 1920 if people are flocking to Illinois. But Karen Lewis says we're not leaving Illinois. People are not leaving Illinois. Donnie Trotter, who's a senior state senator from the Chicago area, which his district now extends to Kankakee, going back to how good they are at cartography. Donnie Trotter, in the last budget that Illinois is talking about, the $1.8 billion unconstitutionally unbalanced budget they passed for the last fiscal year and put on Ronner's desk, said Ronner's turnaround agenda of trying to just spend the money that we anticipate receiving and no more, that concept, that was, and I'm quoting Donnie Trotter, like an ISIS warrior declaring war on families in Illinois. So balancing your budget is akin to terrorism, according to a longtime Chicago Democrat senator named Donnie Trotter. So this is the kind of rhetoric and the kind of mentality that Governor Ronner and Republicans in the super minority in the House and the Senate find themselves.